Hi, Professor. Today I'm going to talk about the progress we have made this semester. So, to give an overview of our project, we are using the football players data set to make a visual representation through audio and video plus using scatter plots. We are trying to create stories using scatter plots. Basically, we're trying to create a movie kind of thing where the user can sit back, relax, and watch the entire data set story from our user interface. So in the first semester, we worked on the UI backend, and also you have given us some feedback. So we have taken that into account. So in the first semester, you have given us the following feedback. So you have given us that the choice you made to use the spoken text uh, open up a complete story, the way to complete story. And it would be great if you could highlight the facts you're addressing when you talk about specific data points like popping up and also slope kind some kind of regression line. So we have taken this into consideration, and also on top of that, so this is one part of our work for this particular semester, taking into account your feedback. And to top this up, we have also took the task of improving the template model which we had from last semester. So, and the first part of this semester for the 5 to 4 project, what we did was so this is a new progress which is started from this semester. As you can see here, we went with the Markov model and also the GAN models to create a corpus basically for us from which the templates can be drawn, and this is how we went ahead with it. So this is a sample of Markov model and also GAN models which we used. The code is available in the data, GitHub, or not the GitHub, our GitHub. So it's the code which we wrote for generating the entire text for this particular templates. After that, basically, the results for that, you can see here that this is the previous template which we were using, right? So, and the highlighted text here has been changed to this. So this is more of a human level text, which is more relatable to humans. And we faced major challenges here, like the tuning the GAN model. Initially, we faced the challenge where the GAN model was not generating good text, good templates for us. So after we tuned it for several hours, several days, it was working fine. Then the second part of the 5 to 4 project was for this particular year semester was to improve the UI based on your feedback. So that's what we have did, and after that we have taken user studies into account. So first of all, what I would do is I will go over the UI first, the improved UI, and also the improved template model, and then I'll talk about the user studies which we did among a group of 10 friends. So let's go to the UI quickly. Yeah, I think we have time. So this is the improved UI. As you can see here, this is the football players, and we have all the features of the football players data set as a given a force graph here. And you can actually move it, and you can drag this out. It creates a more good feel when you see this UI, and this is in motion. So this, when you here, if you can select and unselect the products, the features. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm selecting the balance, and you can see that it highlights the attached features to that: weight, acceleration, height. So these are all correlated features, and some of them have negative correlation, some of them have positive correlation. Here you can see that as well. So you can highlight this here, the balance, the height. You can see all the values here. Right now, what we do is we click the send button to start the story, the movie, and we have taken into account your feedback for the semester, as well as we have improved the template model, and finally we have done the user study. So let's go with this right now. So now when you click on the speak,
The NFL governs professional play in the United States.
as you
Normally,
can see
players
here,
will have a mean 65 acceleration and possess an average 64 balance.
As you can see from the above graph, as acceleration decreases, balance decreases.
as you can see here, there's a regression fit line which talks about the slope, and also if you see
Here,
down,
however,
you're
there are some
highlighting
players who, even
the
with
words. Here, if you can see the
79.0
highlighting
acceleration, have
the
a
words
surprising
as the
46 balance.
sentence goes on.
For example, J.
And here are
Rooney
the
and M. Salova
outliers.
belong to that category. Football is a
And
game of
here are the
perseverance.
average values
Did
which
you
we have
know that many of
highlighted.
the football players have a mean 65 acceleration and will have an average 166 weight?
And
As
here's
you
the
can see
slope.
from the above
You can see
graph,
here the
as
slope as well
acceleration
as the
decreases, weight
highlighting
increases.
going on. We have
But
also
there are some odd players with
incorporated the
62.0
outliers. As you can see, we have
acceleration that have a
highlighted the
surprising
outliers here.
117 weight. Strange, right? W.
Yeah,
Morgan and
you can see here,
Quigspringer
right?
belong to
So
that category.
we have added
Football is a
the
game of
template has been changed
perseverance.
after we have
Did you
done the
know that
GAN
many of the
model.
football players will have a mean 64 balance and will have an average 6 height? As you can see from the above graph, as
Yeah, so
balance
we have
decreases, height
also incorporated
increases.
the highlighting feature. So this is the entire UI for
But
us
there are
currently.
some odd players with 17.0 balance that have a surprising 7 height.
So you can
Strange,
see that
right?
the template has been
Zlamal and
improved
Itazo
to
belong
take
to
into
that
the human
category.
accountability.
The first football game was played in 1869 between Rutgers and Princeton. Most of the football players will have a mean 64 balance and will have an average 166 weight. As you can see from the above graph, as balance decreases, weight increases.
Yep, that's correct.
However, there are some players who even with 32.0 balance have a surprising 157 weight. Case in point, Kim Shinwook and G. Poluzzi are the odd ones out. The NFL governs professional play in the United States. Normally players possess an average 6 height and have an average 166 weight. Observe that as height decreases, weight decreases.
I think
You would be surprised to
yeah.
know this. There are some players who even with 6.8 height have 203 weight. Strange, right? Aviokotic and Imerga are some of the outliers.
I think that's the end of our story, Professor. So this is the improved UI and the improved template model. As you can see that it's more humanly relatable. The template which we have brought up, we did this automatically, not manually. So that's one improvement which we made, and also we took into account the improvement you talked about from the UI perspective. And finally, we have done some user studies. So if we go back, so what our users mostly liked was we took into account the between users heuristic here for evaluating our UI. So there's two types of user studies which we can perform within group user study and between group user study. So we have divided our UI into four features. The first page of the UI, the balance model. So this is the highlighting features which most of the users liked. This is basically because they were able to easily identify the features and what that feature correlates with, and they have given us highest scores for this particular feature of highlighting. And also they have liked that we are using the correlation here, and what they have given us one suggestion was that to increase the size here. So for that, what we did, we added this max and maximize and minimize feature where the user can use this maximize feature and then minimize the graph also. So this is one feature which we added based on the users feedback. And finally, they also like the movie story which we are doing here. Basically, they can select the features, and based on that, they will get the story for the data set. So this is basically what all the feedback which we received from the users, which is very positive. And one feedback which we got from them, we have took that into account and incorporated that also, this maximizing and minimizing feature. And yeah, that's all the work for this semester, Professor. Thank you.